Hello, we are live, and we are not joined by anyone today yet because Discord is being a prick. It will literally not let me get into it, so I cannot send a link to Allie right now. And she does not have Twitter, so I can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I have no idea what's going on. But okay. It seems like my thing is being a little stubborn. But anyway, so I'm gonna try and pull up one of the articles. But let me get some of the things I set myself for articles because I have a few. One moment. Okay. But oh yeah, this is a different thing. Sorry, a little bit out of it today. Gotta change things up. Seems. One moment, I gotta go look at something. Because my computer is being a little slow, so I gotta go on to a different thing. Okay, one moment. I'm getting there. It's taking me a little longer than it probably should. Um, yeah, there's a few things. Jason did nothing wrong. I doubt he did. I don't know what that's in reference to, Will. Well, might as well get the things up. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Sorry. Not yet. We're not talking about you yet, Jason. And sorry, I was just someone texted this whole thing, so I was just responding. But anyways. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for the thing to load. Yeah, I had a guest lined up, but his channel got struck today, so he's not going to be available. All right. I'm getting annoyed.
Well, I knew that he wasn't in the picture. I didn't know that, and I never really asked. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so I have the 3 o'clock appointment. But basically, otherwise, I got, well, yeah. But I think I would like to know how to write it. And I don't know. I would like to. We can do like under.
Can I have one moment? Sorry, I just keep getting a text message from someone and it's distracting. But let's see. Finally got to where I wanted to be, so yeah. So first things first. Okay, then we just need to make sure we. But anyways, okay, where's the screen share? There it is. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little distracted, I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, and our brother is good. And that's I just plan or
Okay, why is this? Why is this computer just not doing what I'm telling it to? Won't pull up Discord when I ask.
anyway. Well,
Hi, Carissa. It seems like you're considered too toxic for Top Chat. I don't know why. One moment. Okay, this computer won't screen share. It will not do the Discord, so I can't actually send a link to Ali. Why won't you bring up the screen share function? I know, Jason, but sometimes I forget to turn to live chat. All right, you know what? We're just going to have to read the article without live chat. But first things first, I'm going to have to send a link to her. Anyways. What the? Okay, one moment. I'm trying to get it figured out. Huh. Sorry, guys. I would usually... I'm not sure what her email is. That's the thing, Jason. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. But I'm sending it to the one to her way, I think. I don't know why this had to be a challenge. One moment, let me just send her a message via text.
That's all before 12 o'clock, right? So can I?
Okay. Just messaged her about something. All right, I got the link sent to her. Now let's get to this article. Are my friends really my friends from the New York Times? Let's see. The quantity of human interactions have increased, but the quality is arguably diminished. Just a heads up, I have not looked at this prior, so I don't know whether there's some weight to this or not.
So, maybe,
Okay.
I don't know.
You've got enough friends. A new one is bad for you, says a perpetuant character named Max in Kicking and Screaming. Noah Baumbach, the Bomb Box 1995 cult movie, which, when a member of his post-collegiate quantitative victorate, I can't talk. These are big words, though, but attempts to introduce a fifth guy, you should spread your affection around and it runs thin. Okay, haven't seen that movie. This 2-decade-old reference may feel dated, but considering the period of the film was set in, the ways its characters interact, landline conversations are routine. Lengthy answering machine messages and postal mail play a significant role in so a significant emotional role. Friends gather at bars with no external distractions and little chance of making plans with other people on the fly. Seems antiquated and quaint to compare how 20-somethings now socialize. Gone are the landline calls, long recorded phone messages, and snail mail. Good grief. Do what I say. Friends nights out with friends are interrupted by the immediate posting of frequent taken photos and other diverting phone applications. In hindsight, the movie's time, the 90s, was the last decade where relatively few technological hurdles, obstacles to traditional levels of friendship thickness. Okay, I did not know you wanted your friends to be thick. I will keep that in mind when I'm forming friendships in the future. Social media and smartphones spread affection more easily. Friendships may run thin. So this is essentially the whole internet friends argument thing, where most of the people you make friends with on the internet are probably not going to be people you consider to be friends in real life. All right, that's boring. next thing. I see Mr. Willie Pittman texted the stream out like the hobo he is. Except I haven't seen much of his heckling in the chat. So I think he's halfway lying. They got them likes, though. Okay. But yeah, I found that thing boring. So next thing. Let's see. Where is it? I'll wait till someone jumps in to explain what the title is all about. Oh, you gonna heckle me, you darn hobo? We are doing the thing from Vice about don't meme their the Gambino's "This Is America" music video. Okay, because you know when you tell someone not to do them, it's probably never going to happen. Yeah, I bet Jason does. You're missing Donald Glover's whole point. Childish Gambino's work has always been easier fodder for the web. His career was built on an early YouTube stardom, so he's an old dude. His top 20 Billboard hits, Redbone, became a meme by the virtue of its catchiness alone. Never heard of that. Hell, its sophomore album was literally titled Because the Internet, but his latest one, the new Hiro Murai, directed the video This Is America, which The Atlantic has already hailed, extending a traditional spanning revolution. The revolution will not be televised to Get Out. Okay, which the New Yorker acknowledged as powerful portrait of Black American exceptionalism. I don't know why that was a question, but okay. And given the video's serious tone and the capital I importance, it should be spared, right? Wrong. It's the internet. What do you expect? Like, you can't tell someone not to do that. Especially when it's just a music video. But anyways, the internet, it's the internet after all. It took one look at This Is America and the faces, the mix of laid-back gospel choirs and trap skirts. I see they misspelled the word skirt. They spelled it S-K-R-R-T-S. Skirt, 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 skirt. The shock and awe imagery got to work. On one hand, it's easily understand the internet. why the internet immediately isolated the video's most jarring moments and transformed it into jokes about the new Avengers movie and seasonal allergies. I love how they speak about the internet on as it's like one person doing this, because the internet has one hive mind and whatnot. One second, Donald Glover is doing some weird Troy Barnes from Community Faces, and next he's shooting up the gospel chair. It's surprising and elicits an immediate emotional reaction. The memes thrive on both. They also thrive on being at there in the right time. On the other, the meme economy had the meme economy. Pause for a second and thought about the meaning behind the video. It might have realized that the meaning is its most brutal moments prove that exact moment. Glover was trying to make the meme economy. Oh, what the heck?
Hello.
Hi, Allie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm laughing at the idea of the meme economy.
The meme economy.
Yes, there's apparently an economy centered on memes, or there's a nation named Meme that has an economy. I don't know. I just laughed at the concept of one. Yeah. But
Weird.
Yeah, here's the co-host, everyone. I was originally going to have the Ralph retort on, but his channel got flagged, so he had to figure stuff out with that. Like, not his whole channel, just his recent stream. No, Allie, it wasn't because he blocked me.
He did block you, though.
Well, he unblocked me.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't worry, if we get him on, you can give him crap about that.
Pardon?
What? Am I unintelligible or?
You were for a second.
Darn. At a rapid fire pace, I'm going back to the article where Vice asked people not to meme something in some music video.
Oh, gosh. You know, the more you ask for something not to be memed, the more people are going to meme it. It's like...
You know what? To be perfectly honest, I didn't even know about this whole thing until Vice pointed it out.
Nobody did.
But anyways, at a rapid-fire pace, he exposes viewers to a violent scene reminiscent of Dylan Roof's mass shooting at a church in Charleston. Because, you know, when I'm watching that video and it comes to that, I'm definitely thinking of Dylan Roof. Then moves on, smiling, into a dance party. The symbolism of the video has been endlessly unpacked in a torrent of think pieces. So, essentially by a bunch of nerds. Because I don't know why you'd like go into detail with a music video.
What I can tell you is that upcoming, and I've heard some of it, Seeps has video parody.
Of course it does. Most of which.
It should
I
be
wonder
as
which
catchy
direction.
as Swiftler, which you can't find anymore. Sorry.
What? No one
Flaggers.
archived it?
You can't. Yeah, you can't share it
anyways.
or like it or anything anymore.
Well, anyways, most of which praise Grover for his indignant, not only of gun violence, but of the way the entertainment industry distracts America from its problems. All right. And if you're wondering why this thing is not up on the screen, the computer has decided to be a dick too with this and not let me bring it up.
Technical difficulties.
And for once, it's not with the speech part itself.
It's
But
always
anyways,
something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be any fun if it was nothing.
This time it's Discord won't upload or whatever, and I couldn't get things screen shared, so something interesting this time. But anyways, so while Twitter is attempting to beat this horse to death, because that's what Reddit does. I'm sorry, did I say Reddit or Twitter?
Twitter. But
yeah,
Reddit.
I have been distracted today.
I'm exhausted.
Me too. I moved things into
all
the
day looking at baby animals.
Sea ones or land ones?
Just sea ones mostly.
Hmm.
I mean, there were some birds. I didn't go see the polar bears or the but we saw seals. I didn't see the penguins. The lines were too long, and Wild Arctic was like on the other side. But we saw dolphins.
Would you have wanted to see the polar bears?
Killer whales. Yeah, I mean, usually they just sleep.
Yeah. I remember as a child,
baby manatees.
Like I went to see like some form of bears. I don't recall which one it was, but they were like having a blast on a log, and I was just laughing back when I was little at it. Like I think it was that a bear was trying to stand on a log, and it just kept failing, and it kept falling over.
Aww.
Polar bears are assholes? Yeah, so are hobos.
Who's assholes?
Polar
Orcas?
Bears.
I love orcas. They're my favorite sea animal. They're so smart.
Yeah, they're cool.
And they're like super cunning. Oh, polar bears.
They're OP for what they are.
There weren't any otters. I did not see any rapists there. Oh yeah,
it sucks that you left the YouTube scene. I would really like to see that video so we could spam it at Otterface to see her reaction.
Which video?
Oh, the whole idea of doing the whole otter rape culture.
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be a collaboration that Seeps and I did, but you know. Some people want to threaten lives, so
yeah, I know.
What should have been fun, and what should have been me getting my story out about a psychopathic stalker who can't fucking leave me the fuck alone, or leave my boyfriend or my relationship alone, or stop trying to ruin my fucking life, turned into, me getting threatened, which, surprise, surprise, the person who's been harassing me and stalking me and talking shit and slandering me and libeling me. Yeah, by the way, these are all criminal things that I've discussed with my lawyer since. Just FYI. you know, decided to take her little friend and have him attempt to blackmail me and others, which again I've spoken to a lawyer about because I'm fucking over it. Like I'm over it. I don't want to be associated with that person. She's a psychopath who needs to be locked away. Like she needs to go to a mental institution, figure her shit out. Because
again, sorry for tagging you in the thing.
We don't cut ourselves for attention. We don't tell people we're cutting ourselves for attention. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Again, sorry for tweeting a thing with you and that said person in the same thing. It's just that I like doing those whole things, and I hadn't thought.
You mean the show? That's okay, because I don't run that Twitter account.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just our show Twitter account, but like Jason and I have decided, we don't want to associate with certain types of people as long as we're managing that, because we like to keep our streams relatively calm and fun and without people threatening to cut themselves in chat.
Yeah. It's funny, I've had someone do that on DeviantArt where they were crying for people to pay attention to them and said they would cut themselves.
This person's done it on YouTube to other YouTubers, and it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like,
although,
if you don't
to be
them
fair,
right away.
with the DeviantArt guy, everyone actually went along with it instead of just saying fuck off.
That's the thing. Like everybody wants to be a nice person and help this person, and there's no way to help this person unless they want to get help for themselves. If they don't want to get help for themselves, then they're just going to continue trying to ruin lives. That's what they do.
Yeah. Well, I haven't messaged said person in a while, so that probably helps.
Well, I certainly hope she doesn't show up here and decide that she wants to tell you that she's going to cut herself.
Well, if she does, oh well.
If she does, I hope she does it correctly, and we'll hear about it on the news, I suppose.
Across the street, or?
Either that, or it's just attention-seeking behavior, which really wouldn't surprise me, to be quite honest.
But anyways, back to the vice grip. Before it's even born, Twitter is having none of this "This is America" meme. Oh yeah, it didn't before, but now they're out in force.
That face is so funny. I'm sorry. It's totally memeable.
What face?
Like I said, Zeus is doing a parody, which I'm sure one of the flaggots will probably find it, and that'll be that.
You know what's funny? I think I remember seeing someone take that section of the song and set it to that old "Call Me Maybe" song. Where's your serious tone now?
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. Vice is like those cranky old geezers in the Jeez, I was so confident going into that, and I lost my step.
No.
It's not that memes can't address macabre subject matter. Just look at the surprisingly dark, evil Patrick Star meme. Okay.
What is this? All the ducks
this is
are rapists.
Vice taking meme. Oh. Ducks are rapists. That wouldn't surprise me.
I did see ducks.
Good ones or bad ones?
They were begging for food. We had beer and pretzels, and they were like, "Give me food." No, because they don't like you to feed them.
It'd be funny to just put some alcohol in there and see a drunk duck fly about for a bit.
It'd be kind of funny. Drunk duck. I think that's animal abuse, though. I don't know.
Probably.
Ducks do.
This is probably why I shouldn't go to the zoo.
I'd be just trying to get in there, give them some alcohol.
See what happens. I mean,
What do you think
you
would
know,
be like the
more power
funniest
to you.
animal?
When I took my
Animal
class
in
to the zoo, there were kids that tried to poke the cougar with a stick. That didn't go well for them at all. That thing went nuts. Like the stick didn't even get into the enclosure, and this thing came from the other side of the enclosure, one leap, and just was like, "Rah!" And
The
my
kids got
kids went
scared.
flying. I was like, "That's what you get. Don't poke animals."
Okay, so what do you think would be the funniest animal at the zoo to actually see drunk?
I don't know. Elephants are pretty goofy. They're pretty clumsy to begin with, especially baby elephants.
I'd say bears could be interesting.
I think bears would just be lazy. Like,
Well, yeah, there's bearing, so
they're pretty lazy animals.
I guess
Granted,
there would
though,
be
they do have to eat like all they can eat in like 2 weeks, and then they don't get food anymore for the rest of the year. But like, I mean, that's pretty lazy.
yeah.
It's something
Well, then
ridiculous.
again,
It's like they eat so much in the spring, like really fast, and then they just don't eat. They go to sleep.
Penguins could be interesting.
Penguins are so weird. They're like super resilient. Like they'll hit the side of a wall trying to jump up on it, and then just keep coming back. Like, I'm gonna get this. Yeah. They're like the little engine that could of the animal kingdom.
Yeah. Well, they have to go without fathers for however long. Then you gotta go without mothers, and have to have the father watch the eggs. Yeah, they kind of gotta be.
Yeah, we missed the penguins because it was too long of a wait to get into the exhibit. But we saw seals, and we saw manatees. The manatees were cool because now they opened up an exhibit that you see the manatees that can't be rehabilitated, so they keep them there. And then in the back, they have some that are rehabilitated, and they you can see like the rescues and stuff. It's pretty cool. So,
but anyways, let's go back to the article since we've been talking about drunk zoo animals for a bit. Yeah.
Elephants actually make their own booze.
Well, now
elephants,
you know why.
Smell so clean. Like, I don't know if you've ever smelled I don't know if you've ever smelled an elephant before, but they smell so clean. They smell like bananas and like whatever fruit they're eating, and they just smell really good.
Interesting. But anyways.
Jason says drunk zoo animals are better than the tweets coming up in that article.
Maybe.
Vice sucks. Like, I don't even know why they try to be a legitimate news source. Like, they should stop.
So, anyway. Well, then, I think we got the basic matter of this article anyways. It's kind of stupid to tell people on the internet not to meme something because they're probably going to go and do it.
Oh my gosh. It's like if you tell a 4-year-old, don't do something, the first thing that they're going to do is go do it. Like, they're like,
Or try.
I mean, it's button pushing, and the internet's like a bunch of 4-year-olds, and everyone's like, oh, let's act like adults. Nobody on the internet acts like an adult. Shut the fuck up. So, like, you have all of these, like, button pushers on the internet, and then you're going to be like, don't do this? Okay, that's not going to work for anyone. Especially if it's a news zine like Vice that nobody even fucking takes seriously. Because what is Vice gonna do? Call everybody racist? It's too late.
Yeah.
They already did it.
Well, can you even call it
They've already
racist?
done as much-
Because they're using a meme made by a black person or centered on a black person. You'd think that'd be very inclusive.
No. Because, white people aren't supposed to use black memes.
I guess.
It's like these are the white only memes and these are the colored memes. It's kind of like
So what is
going
this
back
like
to
meme
one-
appropriation?
yes.
Oh my
That's exactly
God.
what it is. Anytime anybody says anything about cultural appropriation, just ask them how it feels to live in the 1950s. Like, I grew up and nobody gave a shit. Like, I was Pocahontas one year for Halloween. Nobody said shit to me. Like, I don't know why I was Pocahontas. I didn't particularly care
I
for
went as a
Pocahontas.
ghost
but
one year. No one called me a Ku Klux Klan member.
it probably came out that year and my mom was like, oh, this is cute. But, like, it was awful. My dad drew in, like, really dark eyebrows. And I just looked like this weird, pissed off, like, I don't know. It's really fucked up looking.
We never
But,
really
like-
put a lot of effort into Halloween costumes, though. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous to go with the cultural appropriation thing. Like, a lot of the things we have today come from other cultures.
What's the difference if somebody is celebrating the culture? Like, if a little girl who is white wants to be Moana and gets a desire to learn about Polynesian culture or whatever,
Yeah.
who cares? Who fucking cares? Like, is she purposely being disrespectful? No.
Probably not.
She's trying to be respectful.
anything-
She's trying to learn about the culture.
If
like-
anything that's like showing more respect to the culture, wouldn't it be?
Don't you think? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as like people speaking out for the Native Americans
Speaking of
in
which-
Washington. They're like, they don't like to be called Redskins. And then you have all these wind talkers that are like, we don't actually care. But
Same
thanks for
thing
saying
with
that. It's
Asians.
like,
My culture is not your dress thing. It's like most Asian people didn't care. It's only
Right.
the oversensitive white bastards and
it's white people who are virtue signaling. It's like,
You know what?
You're
Maybe
telling
this
me-
is how white people destroy the world: is by taking away everyone's fun.
yeah, well, white people are constant buzzkills. Like, that's part of their culture. Like, when somebody asks you what white culture is, it's being a buzzkill.
Yeah,
Like-
or whatever.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, there's tons of cultures that, like, I mean, you don't see people going around like, oh, are you Celtic? You have a tribal tattoo. And then the person going, oh, no, I just thought it looked cool. And someone being like, that's cultural appropriation. But it's the same thing. Like, Celtic knots mean stuff. So why are you just tattooing
Can
them
you
willy-nilly all
imagine
over
if-
your body? Like, I don't know. I don't know why anybody does tribal
Can you-
tattoos, though. They're not.
Can you imagine if we tried to do the same thing? Like, for example, democracy was something invented in the West, specifically Greece. So if we were to just start claiming it and saying African nations couldn't use it, can you imagine the hissy fit that would have been thrown?
Well, only Greek people could. Yeah, Celts are white people. But, I mean, doesn't matter. It's still cultural appropriation. People are always like, what is white culture? And I'm like, everybody comes from somewhere. What if somebody's a Celt? There is a huge history in
Yeah.
the
There's
Celts.
histories
There's
with
a
everything.
huge history in the Britons. There's a huge history in the Romans. There's huge history in anybody who's Norse or Sami or whatever. So it's like, I mean, there are literal hundreds of different histories for white people that gives them culture. So when you say, well, you guys don't have any culture, you're just white. Well, that's fucking bullshit. You don't have any culture, you're black. What do? Go and live in a bunch of mud huts? That's not a culture. Could you even imagine if somebody said that, though? That's not a culture. That's just living in elephant dung huts.
Someone just said that.
But yeah,
Like-
that would get a lot of shit. That would get a
I mean-
lot more crap than it should.
Which is
And they
ridiculous.
can't even claim the pyramids,
Everybody
'cause
has a
from-
culture. And what about
Yes.
people who are white that study African culture. Like my book for college on magic, ritual, and religion was written by white people. Are they not allowed to study that? Is that not okay? Is that
No.
culturally appropriating, or is that educating? Because where's the line? Like, where are we drawing a line between what's okay to research and what's okay not to, or what's not
And
okay to
then
research?
there's also the case of people complaining about their culture not being representative. It's like, do you want your culture to be used and represented, or do you want it to be left out of things? Pick one or choose neither. Or-
They can't decide.
Like, you notice that too, like when something is not, like, say, showing a black person, it's like that, and I think it goes the same way with culture. It's like, okay, where's the dividing factor here?
Right. My culture is hobo culture.
Yeah.
My culture is not
We
your damn
date
relax wear. Relax wear. I could see Will being a,
That
a
actually
train rider.
That reminds me of something
Riding
I
the
saw
rails.
this week.
I don't know. The whole cultural
Mhm.
appropriation shit is just ridiculous. Like, it's okay to dress as Elsa because, she's white,
Yeah.
so it's fine. But it's not okay to dress as Moana because she's Polynesian. I'm confused. Like, and then they're like, well, it's not okay to dress as Elsa because it's glorifying white culture. And it's like, because she's blonde? I don't understand. Like, it was an entertaining movie. Children were entertained by it. I mean,
Okay.
nobody actually thinks that
Yeah.
deeply.
I mean, some people were. Some people consider it the worst thing on the planet, but that's another story.
Morons. What, Frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was not my favorite movie, but
No. But who cares? Frozen's Frozen. I
I don't watch much Disney. I do like. They need to let it go. I do like The Great Mouse Detective. It's one of my favorites.
I don't think that's Disney.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? One moment.
You Googling it?
Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of The Great American Mouse. Sorry.
No, The Great Mouse Detective was definitely Disney. And it had a lot of like hidden Easter eggy type things for anyone who is into Sherlock Holmes, which was cool.
Yeah.
And also Vincent Price was the voice of Ratigan.
I don't think I've ever actually seen
cool.
that movie.
A lot of people haven't, which is sad because it was actually really good. And Basil Rathbone made a cameo. I don't know. I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, so that was my faves. Maybe
But
we could
anyway,
build a
so
snowman.
speaking of this whole thing,
They're building a straw man. That's for
apparently,
sure. I should make
someone
Seeps parody
just-
that.
what? You still there?
Yes.
Oh, but anyways, apparently, we're looking at a tweet made by Wizard of Cause where apparently some guy named Mark Collette was commenting on the fact that someone drew Joan of Arc as black instead of white, or something
Drew
on
who
that
is
order.
black instead of white?
Joan of Arc, the person who in the
Oh, okay.
100
I
Years
couldn't hear what you
War.
said. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Burned at the stake. Yes.
Yeah. But
She's a
apparently
saint.
someone had her be black instead, and I'm not sure if this is like a documentary they're doing or whatever, but essentially he was commenting on how it was stupid.
It is stupid.
But anyways, Wizard of Cause. One moment. Let's hope my Twitter chooses to behave itself. I'm going to punch Twitter now. Oh wait, no, here it is. He says, "Hey guys, remember when we used to laugh at people who cried and complained about the portrayals of characters to advance their political narratives? Do you? Good times." Now, like, on one hand, I see what he's saying. Maybe it's not the most major thing to take seriously, given no one's probably going to take that seriously. But at the same time, we're not dealing with a fictional character here.
Joan of Arc?
Yeah, Joan of Arc actually existed.
Yeah. I thought
I
you
mean,
said
if you
Joan
have
of Arc was
evidence-
fictional, and I was like, she's not though.
No, but like if she was fictional, then I would say I would care less. But
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you change, somebody who is whatever. Like if you made
fictional.
Elsa black, it wouldn't change the story. You know what I mean? I mean, you might have to change the setting, but like it wouldn't.
Well, not necessarily. But
Eh.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean,
get
if
what you're saying.
it was a Norwegian folktale, so I mean, you'd have to change the setting. But like if you,
But it wouldn't make a big difference on the story. But
No.
when you're dealing with a historical figure,
right. I mean,
it's like why? That's when it gets to disrespectful. Like I would have the same issue if they took, say, Tokugawa, who I think was responsible for United Japan back in the day, and making him another race. It's because these are people who actually existed. They don't need to be another race. Wizard of Oz.
Well, it's like if I mean, Wizard of Oz is one of those people who thinks he's an intellectual, but
he's one of the reasons why I titled this stream "Hose."
I didn't notice. I just know. I think, God, it's like if I said I'm going to cast Barack Obama as a white guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I
while
mean-
I don't like Obama, he's still black.
It just, yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't make sense. And if I'm like, oh, well, he was half white, so it's fine. It just doesn't make sense for him to walk around going, I'm the first black president, and it's like, why? Like, she was a French,
French, whatever.
yeah, she was a French martyr, and she was white.
I mean, you could make an argument that French aren't people, but that's a different
I mean,
thing.
they're definitely not people, but like, I mean, it wouldn't make sense in the time period for her to be black in France as a leader. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. So like, it would be totally out of context for her to not be who she was.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like my whole thing with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem.
What were you saying? Sorry, I can't hear you now.
I was gonna say, oh, sorry. I was gonna say I don't have a problem with Idris Elba as Heimdall. I mean, that's totally fine. It works. He's a fictional character, like Jason was saying.
Well,
I mean, it's just-
Heimdall, I can make an argument. It's maybe a little less okay, given the fact that he is of Norse legends. But even then, it's like I don't care. Like even then, the character was still a good one in the movies.
Yeah, he just doesn't like Idris Elba. I mean,
Anyway, I can't tell whether we're done with this thing, but anyways, yeah, like it's fictional characters. Like at a point, they are annoying, and like there are some characters you can argue should never be changed race. But when you start dealing with real life people, it starts to get to a point where, yeah, this isn't on the same level.
But like, at what point does it become token? You know what I mean? Like, at what point is it like, oh, he's black because we don't have a black guy?
Yeah.
you know, like, or oh, she's Indian because we don't have an Indian girl. Like, I mean, like, at what point?
Can these people not name
from
like famous
India.
black people in like Africa or whatever?
It's like, you know, for a barber shop, you're like, okay, I understand that most of the time white people don't end up at these types of barber shops, but for the sake of it, you need to have a white guy who's part of your core cast in barbershop.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Exactly.
make sense. I mean, I've never seen barbershop, so maybe there is like a wigger in there or whatever, but like Cedric the Entertainer's funny on his own with in that setting, and I'm sure it was a very funny movie. One that I keep meaning to see and always miss when it's on. But it just doesn't, like, certain movies, it doesn't make sense. So at what point does it become token? Like, where it's just, we need a body count, you know? Like, okay, we have this, and we have this, and we have this, and we have this, and we have this. And then when does your audience say, like, okay, we get it, you're diverse.
Get a story.
Can we go back to finding the people who are better at, you know, it's like if they had decided to cast Gone with the Wind and they made Vivienne Lee, Mamie, and they made God, why can't I think of these people's names? I'm so tired. Hattie McDaniel, Scarlet. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense in the time period for like, it doesn't make sense. So why are you fucking things that don't make sense? And then some kid's gonna watch it and be like, okay, this is how this happened, and it's like, actually no, black people were treated extremely poorly. Like, so instead of being true to history and what's going on, we have to be token. So, like, and how would you feel as the actress or the actor who was asked to be token? Like, we need you in our movie, not because you're talented,
but because you're black or you're Mexican or whatever.
I think it was, who was it? Denzel Washington was in The Way It Is. It was a Shakespeare one, I think it's The Way It Is. And played one of the main characters. Obviously, in Shakespeare's time, there was no space for very many black actors.
I don't think there was any.
And there was a lot of blackface. But Denzel Washington came in, played a character that was a white character, written for white people, and did a really good job because it was fiction.
Yeah.
And nobody would have thought anything other than, you know, wow, he's a really talented actor. That's not token. He's a really talented actor. He got the job, and he did a good job. Okay. Perfect example. Samuel L. Jackson played in a movie about a guy who killed two white guys, a black guy who killed two white guys and was on trial for murder because these white guys had raped his daughter and...
You've talked about this movie before.
Right. So now switch it. Make it the South and switch the roles. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It's in context, it doesn't make sense. Like, why is there so much debate? A Time to Kill is a great movie. Why would it make sense that these, you know, this white guy kills these two black guys who did that? Like, the black guys probably would have gone to jail at that time period for even being accused of that. In fact, two black guys were just exonerated after spending 26 years in prison with no DNA evidence and so I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fair. I'm not saying that it's fair.
They want, like, things to be cheery and, like, look good for them without realizing that maybe we shouldn't be changing how history looks.
It's just the shit that doesn't make sense that bothers me. Like, if it's just a random character, who cares? Like, if you make Batman black, it's not going to change Batman for me.
Let's be honest, Batman's probably been black at some point. I don't read the comics, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had a black person being Black Batman.
I
almost said Black Man instead of Batman.
don't.
Here comes
so.
Black Man.
I mean, I haven't read every single comic, but I'm pretty sure Batman's always white.
Okay.
But like, it wouldn't ruin the comic for me if Batman was black.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be like, oh gosh, this is a ruiner, because it's a fictional character. Is the story good? Is the art good? That's all I care about. Now, if you're talking about historical figures, it becomes different, because that's something that actually happened. That's somebody's life.
Yeah.
You can't change it. As much as Joan of Arc probably wishes that she was black and that she could rap in the streets of Detroit, that's not what happened.
And again, like with the whole Shakespeare thing, I'm not sure if there would have been black people even there to be like.
No, they mostly did
with.
blackface. Like in Othello, they just did blackface.
I meant like in like didn't the 100-Year War happen in the 1300s, or was that the 1400s?
The Joan of Arc.
Yeah. Like what I'm getting at is I don't think there were a lot of black people to even begin with for Joan of Arc to be black in the first place.
No.
Unless of course they
wouldn't have had the same status in society.
No. I don't know, but yeah, it's a ridiculous thing to say, Wizard. It's like, this isn't the same thing as when we would complain about characters being replaced with other races. Or we would point out how ridiculous that is because we're just pointing out that, yeah, let's not replace historical figures. But anyways.
Well, I mean, Wizard of Oz probably doesn't know the difference between historical figures and fiction.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's probably had too much pot. He may be an alcoholic fetus baby or something.
I don't know.
I wish AP was in here. We could get him to riff on AP, Wizard of Oz for a good while.
Ugh.
But anyways, other hoe, Aaron apparently chose to masturbate on one of those live streams on Twitter.
Okay, so here we go. Has there ever been a black Batman? Technically, yes. A few years ago, Stan Lee did a spat of publicity projects for DC where he offered his own spin on their characters, and his version of Batman was an African-American wrestler named Wayne Williams. His costume made him look like a large bat, and he used the money earned wrestling to finance his crime fighting.
Okay.
Bruce Wayne, however, has never been black.
Okay, Jason says live-action Beauty and the Beast had black people in provincial France. When was Beauty and the Beast supposed to take place? Colonial period, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's not too far out of the concept. Like, I don't know if France actually had slaves back then, but that, like, as long as they weren't the majority of the film, and again, I don't care. I didn't like the original Beauty and the Beast to begin with, so why would I care about that one?
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, if you're going to have people walking around town in provincial France and they're black and it's a fiction story, then fine. Like, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. These are not actual people. They don't exist. It doesn't bother me when it's not an actual person. And I wouldn't even care if some of Joan of Arc's army were black or were whatever. But, like, anyone who is an actual historical figure, like, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I don't mind people taking liberties with things that aren't already explained. One of my favorite series is Spartacus. It was never explained,
Yeah.
that all the things that they maybe showed in the camp and what was going on between them and all the drama and the sex and the fighting and all that shit. Like, it was never written down. And I want to say, yeah, Ananias was Gallic, who was one of the generals. But in which would have most likely been
White.
probably would have been white. Yeah, French.
Or more like olive skinned back then, but
yeah. But he was played by a very dark skinned black guy. So, I mean, he was played by Peter Mensa. And it was good. It didn't matter that he was black.
Yeah.
It made sense. They were all slaves. They were all rebels. They come from everywhere. It didn't need to.
Unlikely.
It didn't need to be 100% exact to a T, whatever. It made sense, but it doesn't make sense. I feel like it's, and someone's going to be like, why doesn't it make sense? Because it just doesn't make sense at the time period. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, certain things don't
I
make
would
sense.
summon Marty if he were available to explain why it doesn't make sense.
Well, it'd
But
be
anyway.
the same thing as if Peter Mensa was playing Marcus Crassus. We know that Marcus Crassus wasn't black. He was Roman. Like, we know that. It would be weird. It would not make sense. If a black person was playing Julius Caesar, it wouldn't make sense. It would be weird. You'd be like,
even in the
I don't think
whole
so.
play that they made with Julius Caesar, it'd still be weird.
So, I mean, there are just certain instances where it doesn't make sense. Like, in the instance of a bunch of slaves running around, yes, makes sense. And I'm sure someone's going to be like, that's racist. But that's what it was at the time.
At the time period,
there were Germans.
Black people were slaves.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's the same thing as, like, it wouldn't make sense for Spartacus of Thrace to all of a sudden be, like, super wealthy. Like, he wasn't.
And to be fair, I will say this: someone depicting Joan of Arc as black or any of these people as a different race, it's probably not going to be the worst thing in the world. No one's going to die. I'm going to make that absolutely clear, but I'm just pointing out that complaining about that is not on the same level as complaining that, say, Heimdall was turned from white to black.
Right. I mean, at some point, you just have to stay true to the historicity of something.
Can you imagine if someone did the same thing with Martin Luther King?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you make Barack Obama white, and then you're like, why are we complaining about his race? Because it doesn't make sense for Barack Obama to be white. He was the first African American president of the United States.
Yeah. But anyways, so another hoe that has shown her face again is good old Aaron, who chose to masturbate on a Twitter stream, and it seems like the whole in real life streams are still going.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
She masturbated on a Twitter stream?
And apparently she smelled her fingers too.
That's well, of course, if you're gonna masturbate, you might as well. Was that an accident? Or
no, she had one of her tweets saying, "I'm so wet." And it did not seem like it was a shower.
Gotcha. Well, that's weird. I mean, it's against Twitter's terms of service.
Yeah, they got taken down. Don't worry. But
I mean,
this is the same person
I'm
who
not
wants to
worried.
insist that she is not a whore.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's life is their own life, but did she make any money?
How do you make money off Twitter streams?
Dunno. Donations to continue doing whatever you're doing.
I don't think you can if they get taken down.
Well, I mean, if you are like live periscoping it or whatever, and people are sending it to your PayPal, in which case, yes, she would be a whore. Otherwise, she's
Guess that she might make an okay prostitute.
in other cases, she's just.
I mean, to be fair, to be a prostitute, you have to at least be willing to do that stuff already, don't you?
I thought she was like leaving the internet.
She was. Then she came back.
Okay,
And she's worse than ever.
gotcha. Okay.
And this whole in real life stuff is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know Seeps and I were gonna vlog our vacation.
Well,
That's mostly
you're
for
not gonna
him.
like have your entire thing be a live stream, are you?
No, but we might need to take videos and put them online and stuff for immigration purposes later.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't disagree with that. Like, if you're doing a video, that's different than doing an entire stream where you're taping yourself, say, oh, I don't know, putting handcuffs on a girl without her permission, or grabbing some chick's butt on stream, those sort of things. Like, you'd think you'd want to be a little more careful or whatever, or those are probably not the things you're putting in a video.
No. I mean, it would just be like us running around wherever.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if we were
Like I said,
for one, I would imagine normal people's lives would be too boring to be entertaining for that.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
And the other hoe has been shoe on head.
Oh, yeah?
Have you heard about that recent stuff?
Oh, the bullshit with Brittany Venti.
No, it apparently had something to do with
Lauren Southern.
what's her face? Yeah. Like, here's the thing I saw. Like, she said she wanted to not be friends with her due to her being too extreme for her, yet she's friends with various SJWs, which makes it seem like she just didn't want to be friends with a writer or a right-winger,
Yeah.
And then when push came to shove, after she got a lot of crap for it, it seems like she went to be friends with her again. Are you muted now for a reason?
Yeah. I had a cough.
Oh. If I were to do that with you, I think you'd have at least a little more distrust towards me, wouldn't you?
If you were to, say that you didn't want to be my friend?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I say, oh, I want to be your friend still.
Yeah. Probably.
And I'll agree, Venti may be a little harsh and maybe going after things that maybe she doesn't have to. But still, I think there are fair reasons to get a little irritated with Shu, especially when she's pulling the victim for people saying, yeah, you're full of shit.
I don't know. I mean, I think Brittany Venti is another one that people think are intellectual. Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't think anyone's saying she's intellectual. At least I haven't seen anyone claim that. Hell, most of the people in the Kumache chat call her a thought.
Well, either way, I think people listen to her opinion, and she thinks of herself as intellectual, But Brittany Venti is like Laura Loomer light.
I wouldn't say that.
She's
I don't think she's saying her bread or pussy smells like wet bread or whatever that was.
Laura Loomer said that?
Oh no, she said her vagina has yeast in it, I think it was.
Laura Loomer or Brittany Venti?
Laura.
Hello. Oh, yeah, that would surprise me. Laura Loomer is a person who is wanting to do anything for attention.
She wants to be Lauren
and
Southern without knowing how to be Lauren Southern. It's how I see it.
yeah. Laura Loomer just strikes me as a person who is dumb.
Yeah. She strikes me as someone who's trying to hop onto a movement without. She's essentially similar to Candace Owens or Joy Villa, who don't really believe the stuff they're saying, but are saying it because it's going to get them attention.
Right. I just
that
think
and she
she's
doesn't
a
like
moron.
tires.
And I think the same thing of Brittany Venti. Like she used to do like parody streams where she would just get on
Will
and act
says,
like a
I don't
retard.
think
What?
Will in the chat says, I don't think June did anything wrong. Here's my issue with what June did. She seemed to have been like caving to people's criticisms when she wanted to not be friends with Lauren. Like if she wanted to do that, she should have just stuck with it and dealt with the shit she would have gotten. Like it's the internet. If you're gonna put something on there, people are gonna call her out for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And then when you go right back on that after people are giving you crap for it, yeah, it makes you look a little spineless. I mean, Lauren Southern is one of the nicest people out there, I bet. Because, like we just said, if someone did that same thing with either of us, maybe we'd let you still be friends, but I would at least look at you in a different light.
I don't know. I think sometimes people need to distance themselves from other people. And I think Lauren Southern made her own bed, like, in that regard. First of all, Lauren Southern thinks it's funny to hang out with Nazis and, act like it's okay and whatever.
Be.
What?
It can be.
For some people, maybe. But like, and I don't think those people are actual Nazis who she hangs out with, but I think she thinks it's fun, and inverted commas, but like, I think she thinks it's fun to hang out with people who are caustic and people who are controversial. And the thing about that is,
and Stu and Head doesn't with people like, let's say not David, what's his face, Tim. The motivator.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's wrong to say you don't want to be friends with Lauren Southern because of the people she hangs out with, and yet go ahead and hang out with people who have extreme opinions on the other side. And the fact that she went back on her choice is the exact issue I have with what Shoe on Head did.
I mean, but here's the other thing. Like, Tim doesn't purposely try to get himself arrested to create outrage.
Which he did? I did not know that.
No, he doesn't. Lauren Southern does. And if somebody was purposely out there tarnishing their own name to create outrage.
Wasn't that Lauren Loomer?
No. Lauren Southern has been arrested several times. She's also been banned from entering several countries. She was wanted by Interpol. She's on the Interpol list. So it's like there's a lot of reasons not to want to hang out with Lauren Southern.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying there isn't reasons for not wanting to hang out with Lauren Southern. I'm just saying that the way June put it across and stuff made it look bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Shoe on Head is the smartest person either. I mean, I think a lot of people give people on the internet more credit than they should.
Top Tech in the chat gets what I have an issue with. It seemed like she chose to go back with her because people were giving her crap for it. Because of public opinion. Like, don't you get where I'm coming from with that? Like, if she had just stuck with her decision in the first place, she would have probably looked a little bit better.
Yeah, but that's not what Shoe on Head does. Like, she's Shoe on Head, and I've said this before, and I know that I have said it on a stream with you. She's a waffler. Like, if she feels like something is popular, then she's going to be like, maybe. She doesn't have an opinion. And that's why I don't know why people
spineless. Like,
I don't bother listening to her because I'm like, make an opinion, sweetheart, and then get back to me. Or just go suck your boyfriend's cock. Whatever. If it makes you happy.
Like, that's the whole thing that it's also shown is that she is spineless when it comes to, like, public opinion. Like, she will go with what seems popular.
Most people are.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
I think Top Tech in the chat is getting what my whole issue was with what Shoe on Head did.
Yeah. I mean, but again, like, know your audience. Like, if you're going to be friends with someone like that, then know that that's what they're going to do. You know, I mean...
Yeah, and if you're going to be friends with some people on one side, I think it's fair that... I don't know. It just came off. Maybe she could have worded it better in the first place, or, you know, maybe she could have just kept her mouth shut. Like, you know, when I'm not friends with a certain someone, I don't necessarily have to say out loud that I'm not friends with a certain someone.
Right. It's... Like I said, she's a waffler. It's like literally what she did. And I'm pretty sure she was like doing a debate or something, and then everybody got on her about being too soft. And
I don't think she does debates.
She was moderating.
She hasn't been on any blood.
She was moderating.
I don't think she has been on any.
Lacey Green.
No, she hasn't been that way for a while.
Blair White.
I know she did that with her ContraPoints and Blair White. Yeah.
Yeah. She was, I think she was moderating, was it ContraPoints?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never watched that because I didn't care.
She's just a waffler. Like, I mean...
Yeah.
I can see your point, but okay, guys, we're all friends. You know, like, I mean...
Give
that
Jay
kind of shit,
and Andy Worski one thing. They at least understood somewhat how to do moderation.
You, like, watch her stuff, and, like, halfway through, you know, she'll be like, well, I feel this way, and then halfway through, it's like, but maybe kind of not like this.
Like that whole, what was that one video, you know? When
I don't know, she's annoyed me
said,
for a while.
That one non-binary video. Like, well, if they feel this way, isn't that enough, even if the science says otherwise?
Yeah.
Like, there's many reasons to have it.
I mean, she's...
And yeah, I can agree with people that maybe Brittany Venti may have been a little harsh because she also started shooting at her boyfriend and everything else, and it's like, all right, I don't know where Skeptic has anything to do with it. I mean, I know she's his little cock sleeve or whatever, but...
I don't know. I just think...
I mean, to be fair, I think like something like this was going to come out where people started giving them stuff for because with I don't know, like back before like the whole crowd stuff happened, I figured the community was going to split, but I figured that it would have been some spat with Shoe on Head between either her and Sargon or her and Baron that would have killed the community, not crowd.
Eh.
Because it's like, out of all the people that I knew had issues with each other, those seemed like the ones that would have been the thing that split the community.
Yeah. Skeptic's cock sleeve.
Yep, I did. Can you believe that it came out of my mouth if you knew me however long ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that Lauren isn't a bad person either. Well, frankly, I think she's nice. It's just that she has extreme opinions on one side, you know?
Who? Brittany Venti?
No, Lauren Southern.
Oh. Lauren Southern, like I said, I mean,
Like, unlike
she can't get angry about anybody not wanting to be in her presence because she's a fucking walking violation. Like,
well, to be fair, I don't think Lauren Southern at any point got mad at Sean Head, which I think is another thing. Like, again, if someone did that with either of us, I think we'd at least be a little irritated.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe she is, but she just doesn't, have to start drama to make herself relevant. And Lauren Southern has never been a drama queen or anything. I mean, she's just constantly putting herself in situations where she'll get arrested for things, or being an inflammatory journalist. Like going and trying to stop immigration is obviously going to land you on one of Interpol's lists. Like, that's not what you do.
I get that. If
you're a journalist with integrity, then that's definitely not what you do, because...
Yes, I agree with you there. I'm not saying there aren't reasons not to like Lauren Southern. I'm just saying is that if you're going to say you're not going to be friends with them and you choose to go back on that, I think you may want to... Like, it does show you to be a spineless coward.
I think it's shitty.
Oh, yeah, and that's...
I think if that's somebody who's your friend, then you handle it in-house. You don't tell the whole world, what's going on. If it's somebody who you cared about and maybe you guys got distant, whatever, then you handle it in-house.
Yeah.
But, again, I think Shoe on Head is a moron. I think Brittany Venti, Lauren Southern is probably an extremely intelligent person, but...
here's the thing with Lauren Southern, though. At least with her, unlike, say, Candace Owens or whatever, at least I can say she actually believes the stuff she says.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I like Lauren Southern.
What?
But I think she makes her own bed. I like Lauren Southern.
Am I having technical issues on my side, or did you just robot a bit?
Robot it a little bit. I'm in the laundry room. I have to switch my laundry.
Oh, it's a laundry room vibrating and making stuff. But yeah. And as for Brittany Venti, I haven't had much of a reason to have an issue with her. Like, yeah, sometimes she comes off arrogant or... Well, not arrogant necessarily, like, harsh with what she says, but I guess that's not something I consider an absolute sin.
I mean, I don't think she's necessarily arrogant. I think she's very smart. And a lot of people maybe feel like she's arrogant, but
you mean
just the way she is.
I was referring to Brittany Venti there.
Oh, Brittany Venti?
Yeah.
I don't think she comes off as arrogant. I think she comes off as stupid and screechy.
She can. Like,
I can't really necessarily watch her streams all the time. You know,
I watch her
they're not really for me. Yeah, I think you are roboting real bad.
Can you hear
refresh? Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay. No, I'm on the phone.
Is this the first stream we've had where the technical issues are coming from your side?
Probably, but I had to do laundry. I got a
That's
to-do
fair.
list. I was at work all weekend. Then I went to SeaWorld today. Well, I was at work, whatever, Friday night, Saturday. And
Who did you
this
go
morning.
with? To
I
No, I
went
mean,
with a
did you
friend.
take your mom there for Mother's Day?
No, my mom is in Louisiana.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do anything for my mom since we've been focused on moving most of the week.
Aw,
That's going well.
good.
Yeah.
I
Mine's
sent my
been
mom.
on-
I sent my mom letters
Hmm.
for Mother's Day.
I bought mom lunch, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, that's nice.
Although it was Taco John, so I don't know how impressive that is.
Papa John's.
Taco John's.
Ugh.
What, we were hungry? She didn't want to do pizza?
It's okay, because I wished your mom a happy Mother's Day on Twitter too, Jason.
Yeah. And my mom was actually happy that you were concerned about her shoulder this week, too, so
Aw,
there's that.
of course. I was worried about her. She feeling better?
Yeah. Essentially what happened is our back steps have are wood with carpet on them.
Mm.
So essentially they're rotten, and she
Oh, man.
stepped on them and she fell on her shoulder.
Ugh. That stinks.
Yeah.
But it's just a sprain, they said. Does she have to wear a sling?
Not right now, although she's worried she may have to get surgery now since we're moving, so she felt she had to lift stuff.
Oh. Jeez.
But we will cross that bridge when it comes.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm so tired and I have to stay up to wake my boyfriend for work.
Oh, you do? Hey, Steve, wake up!
Yeah. He doesn't have to wake up till 11:30 our time. Well, my time.
Can't you just send him a scheduled message that comes to him at 11?
On Hangouts? I don't know.
Well, not necessarily Hangouts, but something that sends it to him at 11:30 for you, so he can just go to bed.
I don't think so. Options. Not on here. Maybe on WhatsApp? I don't know. More.
So apparently the Kumite faced some issues this week.
Nah.
Apparently
Okay, no.
someone struck one of their videos this week.
No, because we're only on WhatsApp and Hangouts. They don't have, it's not like a text message where you can schedule it.
Oh. Okay, that's fair. And that's just what I thought would have actually maybe helped a bit, but okay.
No, I usually just
But yeah,
call him. So I'll probably sleep on the couch after our stream is done and then set my alarm for 11:30. Then I'll just call
Yeah.
him and go back to bed.
Yeah. But anyway, so apparently the Kumite got struck this week with a strike as well. As
Yeah.
very. Now they moved
Is
to
that-
Andy Worski's channel.
I saw that.
Yeah, then last Friday, apparently Tonka chose to deactivate his Twitter because he kept getting notifications, and
What?
people thought he left the internet.
No, I thought he was leaving the Kumite, and I sent him a DM.
You did?
I did. But I mean, it's hard
Well,
to keep
apparently
up.
that was
Twitter.
what people were thinking. Like, personally, I thought, okay, he had some sort of night. Maybe he just wanted some sleep. Then I'm watching, like, what was the Kumite that day before he jumped on. And I hear something about Vamp getting something happening to Vamp. I'm not completely certain on that matter. It's like, okay, did something really happen? But it turns out he
We're
just
talking
wanted
about
to.
Tonka, right?
Yeah, but like when I'm watching the Kumite with where Failure and Andy chose to go on and discuss it because they thought Tonka left the internet. And one of the messages that were read said something along the lines of Vamp having something happen to them on her. I'm not sure if it was a case of her Discord got hacked or she got hacked or something along those lines.
That sucks. I like Vamp.
I do too. That's why I thought maybe something serious happened. But he wanted to sleep. So when he got up and he heard people describing what happened to Tonka as a tragedy, he jumped on and called them all faggots.
Nice.
But yeah. Anyways.
Jason's mom is worried about him going to Belgium. You'll have
Don't
fun.
worry,
You'll be
Jason's
safe.
mom. He won't buy hookers through the. Is that Belgium or am I thinking of another country?
That's Amsterdam.
It's either Belgium or the Netherlands that have where you can buy hooker. Like
it's the Netherlands. That's in Amsterdam's red light district.
What'd you miss? Buy all the hookers, according to Will. I don't know. It seems like with hookers,
Jason doesn't need a hooker. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he just has to pay her for sex.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey,
Is
Jacob.
that how that works? You pay your girlfriend? I should let my boyfriend know. You owe me money.
Yeah. No.
He'd probably laugh. He'd be like, okay. He'd be like, I'll pay you when I'm good and ready. Bend over. I pay her attention.
You pay her attention.
That's right.
Yeah.
You do.
I'll probably get you in more trouble if you don't pay her attention. I don't know. I haven't had a relationship, so maybe I'm wrong on that.
No, you're none.
Oh, did you hear Lexi's pregnant?
No, she's not.
Gosh darn, I wanted to see if we could turn this into a joke sort of thing.
Oh, God. Everybody thought that I was pregnant. That was kind of funny.
But it's basically what happened is someone told her Happy Mother's Day, and that's why I said that.
Lexi.
Yeah.
She's a stepmommy. Sort
Is
of.
she?
Well, Sith has spawned.
Oh. I didn't know Sith could mate. I'm talking Star Wars lore, not like real life.
Nope. It's Sith and Spawn, and they are the Forcekin.
So when are we gonna go Jew on them and cut them out?
Cut what out? The Foreskin?
You call them foreskin, so I'm thinking of this like circumcision.
You're gonna cut out Seeps, or you're gonna cut out Sith and Spawn?
Maybe. That's where my mind went. When you said foreskin, supposed to go.
Yeah. Don't cut off the foreskin.
No. Lexi will not be
There's-
happy.
I like Tarquin Thiebender with his little overcoat.
Let's see.
He's very
Do they have
dapper.
any-
I can't believe he actually said that on stream the other day. I thought that was hysterical.
Who did?
Seeps. He named his dick Tarquin Thiebender.
Okay. You want a little bit of that Tarquin?
I want the whole thing.
Did he name his sperm too?
No, I guess we'll name his sperm when they're born.
Oh.
Did you not name your penis? Because everybody else had a name for their penis.
I've never had a reason to.
There's always a reason to name your penis. It's what guys do.
Do you name your boobs?
My boobs do have. They do have names, but I didn't name them. Somebody else did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well.
they're
We have at
Bebop
least-
and Rocksteady.
We at least have 7 more minutes before we usually cut the stream short.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm
to
just
suit
gonna.
yourself?
Hmm?
Nothing, as far as I know.
Something happened.
I don't know. What happened
This
to
is the
Suit?
first I'm hearing about anything.
Did he get banned off something?
Wouldn't surprise me. YouTube hates him. Twitter hates him.
I was just talking to him the other day.
His channel got in trouble again?
Oh, which one? He has a live
I don't-
streaming channel now too. Hang on. Suit yourself. Okay, here's this one is just regular
Heard it from
suit
Irate
yourself, and
Bear.
it's 7. Suit yourself live.
One moment, let me go look at Irate Bear's Twitter.
All right, let's see. Bump. Copy link.
Where's...
Dunno. Let's see. He has his live channel. which
I'm not
is
seeing anything on his Twitter page.
That's Suit's live channel. Because his second channel did get strikes on it, so he is not allowed to live stream on it. So he has a Suit Live channel, and he has a Stream Me channel.
Ah, good grief.
For all your Suit needs.
Okay. But,
Mm,
I'm going to say right now that next week we are going to be in the process of moving to the new place, so I will keep you guys posted if if I'm going to be able to stream. Otherwise, we may not have a State of the Empire next week.
No.
So no ball gags next week, maybe. Yeah.
I don't see anything on his Twitter, and usually he is pretty good about
Yeah,
letting
that's why I
everybody-
wondered. Maybe it's a false alarm. Irie Bear said it in a live stream yesterday. I'm guessing Suit's probably asleep, otherwise I'd say get him in here so we can ask him himself rather than having to look through everything.
Who is Suit?
Yeah.
I'll send him a thing on Discord and ask him.
Yeah, I had heard of anything happening with Suit, so that's why I was wondering if you heard it.
No, I didn't see anything on his Discord either, and he usually posts there. But he hasn't been on in a while.
Who knows? Maybe this is an elaborate tactic on Jacob's part to get Suit in here.
He's probably sleeping.
That's why I was wondering if he would have been asleep, because if he is, then we probably can't get him on without some pre-planning.
Yeah. He is nothing on his Discord. Usually he posts and he's pretty angry when things like that happen. But I don't know.
Unless this
Jacob,
is something
are you
that just
following
recently happened.
Just recently.
Maybe
like
this is
just
something
now.
that recently happened. Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. Usually he's pretty good about bitching about it. So.
Yeah, we'd hear about it by now.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. I don't see anything on Irate Bear's channel or thing.
No, I don't.
Nah,
Are
I
we
don't
sure
know.
this wasn't just a dream Irate Bear had?
I mean, I know Suit's mommy just got out of surgery.
Oh, that might be it.
Oh.
Maybe Suit said he was not doing streams or whatever for a bit to look after her.
Well, what did he say?
I don't know. That's just what we are being told something happened to Suit yourself without
I know, but
knowing what happened to Suit
Jacob
yourself.
is like, what happened to Suit yourself? And then he's like, I heard his channel got in trouble again. I heard it from Irate Bear on a stream. Which channel? Was it the live stream channel or was it the, I don't know. If it was his secondary channel, then that happened a while ago. That I knew about already. Because he already bitched about that.
Well, we will follow that up if we know anything more. But
yeah, his second channel did get a strike on Seeps' video.
So they just don't like Seeps.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a video.
Did Taylor Swift take it down?
What was it? I think it was Centerfold that he did about Clementine Ford, and he got a strike on that. And then he was like, nobody struck it on this channel. Nobody struck it on that. Da 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 da. And then Seeps got a strike on his channel, and Suit was like, "I'm sorry, it was probably me." And I was like, "No, it's not you. It's others." But thanks for thinking of us.
Yep. But anyways,
But that's why.
Well, I think
that I posted that link up there, Jacob. That's his live stream channel because his secondary channel is not allowed to live stream. So he now has a third channel.
Hey, Jacob.
First
Jacob,
channel's terminated.
Jacob. When did Irate Bears say this stream came in? Yes, Irate Bear does have downs, so that could be an issue too.
He's probably just talking about it having happened again because his first channel got permanently removed. He had 37,000 subs on his first channel, and that got is now dead. That won't be revived ever. So he switched.
Yeah.
Suit Yourself 2 is now just Suit Yourself, and then he has Suit Yourself Live. So the link that I posted up there is to Suit Live, which I think has like 212
Okay, I'll set
subscribers.
something on Twitter.
So,
Oh, great.
I don't know.
So I need to go ahead and look through the entire Irate Bear live stream to find a possible thing that may have happened to Suit Yourself. I will do that when I am not streaming, Jacob. But anyway, so thank you all for watching
if
this
it's what I'm
stream.
thinking about, it's just that his Suit Yourself 2 got a strike, and so now he has the Suit Live. So if you're looking for Suit Yourself live streams, he live streams all the time on Suit Live.
Okay, but anyways, thank you all for watching this. Thank you for Ali for stopping by. Wish it wasn't so much of a challenge to get the link to you, but yeah.
Okay. Well, now you just let me know that it's on Twitter, because I won't get the notification for the Hellcats.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the app anymore, because I don't technically have a Twitter.
Well, anyway, so thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and remember, ball gag.